I mean, I guess every game, you go out there just trying to do what you can, make the most out of your opportunities. I really just ended up, the ball ended up falling into my hands a couple times. Ohio State, I got that putback dunk, just took a nice bounce. That kind of got things rolling, and I've really just been capitalizing on the opportunities I've been given. But really, I've been going out there with the same mindset, like ready to do that. I just happen to be getting a couple more opportunities as of late.
You started this past week, but what was that like? Because I think that's the first year of career, right? So,
Yeah, besides junior college, yeah.
Yeah.
First start of my college career. I mean, it's definitely an experience, and it's definitely something I've been working for, hoping to, hold on to and continue to be productive and improve that I belong there. So definitely was an experience for sure.
When you look at Texas, and I mean, even if you just look at their numbers, preparing defensively for them, what's the challenge there? Because it seems like it would be kind of hard to help off a lot of guys because they have so many guys who can score.
Yeah, it's in the Big 12. There's not too many teams who aren't, like that.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's every team's got their guys. So yeah, Texas, they're a good team, but we have a defensive game plan. I trust our assistant coaches. They do a great job scouting. They do a great job preparing. A lot of times it's just about our execution of it, and I don't know. I have full confidence in that they'll get us in what we need to be in for Texas.
Pat, have you guys as a team, as a unit, improved defensively, giving up 89 and 81 so far in 2 Big 12 games? So what's it going to take to get that number down?
It's more about just taking it personal. A lot of guys, sometimes different things are going on, or you have different things in your mind from the offensive end, or just maybe how the game's going, or whatever it may be. And it's really, that was one of the things that I remember most about Hugs is that, he got you to take things personal. Like if your man scored on you, like he's ripping you a new one and saying, is he better than you? Like you got to take things personal. And I think sometimes, we don't necessarily say, my man isn't scoring, and I'm going to do absolutely everything I can, to stop that from happening. I think we could definitely grow in that category, and we have been, and that's been like a big emphasis in practice the last few games. Like that's the first thing they said. They brought it up, how many points we're giving up, and that we need to start taking this a lot more personal. So I think that'll definitely be the big thing on that.
You talked about the ball just falling into your hands a couple of times and getting you going, but that doesn't really happen. I mean, that's the result of work, isn't it? I mean, they say luck is a residue of hard work.
I think it's really just the ambition. Like, I really want to score. I know that's one thing that I can do for our team. I really want to help us win, and it's like a lot of times, I'm just out there, and it's like, man, like I wish things were going another way. So I'm gonna do everything I can, and a lot of those opportunities just kind of came from just, ambition of wanting the ball, and then once you get it, you got your moment. So it's just making the most of it.
I'm kind of curious. I mean, you obviously went through it last year, your kind of introduction to the Big 12. A lot of new guys this year, and granted, they came from big schools and big leagues too, but I mean, the Big 12 has this reputation about itself, and so I'm kind of wondering, what's been kind of the feedback from some of these other guys who are going through it for the first time?
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say they're full, like, you know, everyone's for the most part getting their first taste of the Big 12.
Yeah.
And you know, the returners, we've been telling them
Sure.
like this is what it is, you know, like we go out to Houston and have that first Big 12 game experience for most of the guys, and you know, like credit to Houston, like they're a great team, but I'd say, you know, more of the Big 12 is similar to them, you know, like in, you know, level of play than not. So, you know, while some guys might be like, oh yeah, Houston's just a great team, you know, like no, like that's what we're gonna be playing against,
Right.
you know, like we have to be able to, you know, defend and score at that level. So I mean, you know, obviously your first experience, you know, with the Big 12, you're gonna notice it,
Yeah.
but it wasn't anything that I would say is like overwhelming. It's
Sure.
like, yeah, you need an adjustment, you
Right.
know, but it's definitely something we can handle.
Take me through your athletic background. Always a basketball guy growing up? Did you play other sports? What else did you do?
Yeah, so growing up, I played everything basically. I played baseball. I was a pitcher, first base. I was actually pretty good. I was throwing like 90s in high
Mhm.
school. Thought I was either going to be a baseball or a football player. And then I just kept growing. You know, my dad's 6 foot, mom's 5'7". I didn't expect to be 6'8". So I kind of just played everything. Was a little bit of a skateboarder, snowboarder growing up. Never really pictured, you know, playing in the Big 12 as a kid. But, you know, I kind of, as I kept growing, got to be like a 6'4" freshman in high school. I was like, man, you know, I should probably start, you know, playing some basketball. Maybe I can get my school paid for. And ever since then, you know, I kind of just fell in love with the game. And, you know, I love sports. I can play anything, but basketball is definitely the one thing that, you know, I decided this is what I want to do.
That area of Wisconsin, that valley area, I mean, you know, you don't think of great basketball there, but, you know, you, Jordan, Halliburton, all
Mhm.
come from there. There are probably others you know about, but better than maybe outside people realize?
Oh yeah, we're definitely overlooked. Like, I mean, I didn't have a single offer in high school until we made it to state.
Mm-hmm.
So like, no one's watching us. You know,
Mhm.
unless you're successful, unless you make it. Like, I was a 6'8" kid averaging 3 dunks a game. You know, I had a game with 20 rebounds, but no one's recruiting me, just because, you know, the area that we're in or whatever. So it's like, I definitely say that there's some really good players there that, you know, just aren't getting the looks just because it's got that reputation, you know. We're Green Bay, we're a football, you know, football state, football area.
Tyler Hero.
Yeah, Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's got a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson on the Hawks. You know, just a whole bunch of guys I grew up playing against and working out with and training with. And I think that's really what, you know, got me here, got me to the level of success I've had so far, is having, you know, those guys in the area.
Jordan, was he, I mean, he'd be a year or two older than you. Did you ever see him in high school? Was his reputation as big as it seemingly was everywhere?
So Jordan will never act like it around here. You know, he acts like he's a normal guy. But if you go back to that area, you know, the 920, my area code, every person knows him. You know, he's a legend. Like any basketball player, oh my God, it's Jordan McCabe. Like everyone's got their Jordan McCabe story. Like, oh yeah, I went to a camp with him, or oh yeah, like he played at our high school, and you know, like for instance, I want to say a junior in high school. I stood out in the rain, waiting, you know, for the doors to open for his, like, I think it was like his sectional playoff game. It's like standing room only. And then after the game, you know, this is just a high school game. After the game, they have like a professional like camera and backdrop for people to go and take pictures with him after the game and sign autographs. Like there's like a 30-person line like after his high school game. So like he is like a phenom out there, but he's the humblest guy ever. You know, he plays it down, but Yeah, he's the guy in Wisconsin.